today I want to talk to you about propagation and about recycling plants that are already in your yard or in your house. Sometimes I go to Lowe's and I'll see that monkey grass and it's like $3 or $4 and getting to be up there. When in my yard I have that same grass and all I got to do is take that up, and I'm going to show you that today. So if you'll follow me, we'll go over to get some of that monkey grass, and I'm going to place it elsewhere in my yard. The sun is already getting really, really hot, so I went ahead and put my hat on because it's going to be a hot day today. And it's only spring, so I'm so excited. I love this time of year. Ah. So right now I'm over at an area in our little, what I call our hobbit garden. It's just now starting to bloom with some really cool things like black-eyed Susans and daisies and strawberries and cannon lilies. But right now I'm at this monkey grass. I've got a ton of it and it's always making new shoots, and I got to keep this from coming out into my hobbit garden. So my husband got me a bunch of these little containers, and he has me a pile of dirt over there. It's really cool. So what I want to do right now is, instead of going to Lowe's and paying $4 for one of these, I'm going to transplant this. And my yard is constantly making more of this all the time. Just go all the way down to the root. And you got this clump here, which has like 3 of them in there. I got 3. So I'm gonna separate them because where I want to put these are actually up there, but I'm gonna put them in this for right now. And we'll go water that, and that's all you gotta do when you've got monkey grass to put other places. You can actually just go ahead and replant it because they're pretty well hardy and ready to go, or just keep them in this as a pretty decoration, or if it's smaller you might want to leave it in here for a little bit longer to grow. But yeah, I just saved myself $4 to $5 right here. And here is a little plant that I made. The black-eyed Susans growing in there, and then I can actually take these black-eyed Susans and plant them elsewhere in the yard. And this always blooms in the summertime. It's so beautiful hanging down from a pot. Once it gets a little more grown up, it'll be doing that. I just love to refurbish or renovate plants. So the next thing I want to talk about regarding plant renovation and things of that nature is propagation. That's another thing you can do in your yard that saves you from going to Lowe's, and it can save a lot of money because things have really gotten expensive in my opinion there, especially if you don't have, I'm not really good at watering plants. I like plants that live on there, can do their own thing, and this is the most awesomest way to let plants do their own thing, propagation. This is an ivy from our yard, and I'll show you. I have a pot that I planted this in a few years ago, and Lord of mercy, it's just so beautiful. So this ivy, which you probably have in your yard, you take it and it has these little things on there. You know, don't put I heard if you put the leaves in there, they get old and it can hurt the water. Just take all the leaves off and just put that in there and let it sit there for a while, and it'll turn into, you'll be able to replant it. This is what my mom always called these wandering Jews. I think is these can also be propagated. Now this is an outdoor plant and this is an indoor plant, so you'll have to, you know, learn that, which one's outdoor and indoor. This can be outdoors in the summertime, like right now, but when the winter comes you have to bring this in. Now this will last all year long outside in North Carolina, where I'm from. This is, I don't know what this is, but it's from a plant we got, and I'm just experimenting with it. It has a little propagating type root system, so we'll just see what that does. But this is an indoor plant too. This is actually in our house. This is what I have outside over at the cabana. And I'm trying to experiment with jasmine to see if it'll root. So far it hasn't, but we will see. So this is just a little thing for in our house that I've got. And I'm going to show you something else that we did with propagation. It's really pretty. And this right here is just a little thing my husband picked up at an antique store. We just put a bunch of little rocks in it, filled it up with water, and this is a wandering Jew that's got more of its root system. I could probably plant that in something, but I love it like that because the light shines through it. It's beautiful. I could probably even put a little betta fish in there, but the reason why I like it is because I don't have to do anything. It just does its own thing. So that's called propagation, and you can do that too. It'll save you a lot of money at the store for plants. That's it for this video. What we did today was we propagated when we took things that have little root systems that grow and put that in water and just let it sit there and do its own thing and look pretty in the process. And then we took up some plants that are extra in our yard that seem to reproduce very quickly. You can do that with daffodils, dragon lilies, black-eyed Susans, daisies, I mean everything. There's cannon lilies. And just move them around your yard. It's a lot of fun. And it's cost saving too. Well, so propagation, I'm going to call this video Plant Renovation. You can take your plants in your yard and make a little oasis, just with a little bit of dirty hands, gloves, a spade, and a bucket, and some dirt. And bam, you got a lot to do right there. Have a beautiful day. Be blessed. Until next video.
In shady green pastures, so rich and so sweet, God leads his dear children along, where the cool waters flow, bathes the weary one's feet. God leads his dear children along.